You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength. The happiness of your life depends upon the quality of your thoughts. Everything we hear is an opinion, not a fact. Everything we see is a perspective, not the truth. When you arise in the morning, think of what a precious privilege it is to be alive, to breathe, to think, to enjoy, to love. Waste no more time arguing what a good man should be. Be one. It is not death that a man should fear, but he should fear never beginning to live. The soul becomes dyed with the color of its thoughts. If it is not right, do not do it. If it is not true, do not say it. He who lives in harmony with himself lives in harmony with the universe. The best revenge is to be unlike him who performed the injury. Do every act of your life as though it were the very last act of your life. The universe is change. Our life is what our thoughts make it. Dwell on the beauty of life. Watch the stars and see yourself running with them. Reject your sense of injury and the injury itself disappears. Look well into thyself. There is a source of strength which will always spring up if thou wilt always look. Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself, in your way of thinking. Be tolerant with others and strict with yourself. You are a little soul carrying around a corpse. To live happily is an inward power of the soul. Receive without pride. Let go without attachment. Do not be wise in words, be wise in deeds. How ridiculous and how strange to be surprised at anything which happens in life. The impediment to action advances action. What stands in the way becomes the way. Confine yourself to the present. Loss is nothing else but change, and change is nature's delight. Our life is what our thoughts make it. The art of living is more like wrestling than dancing. The more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Don't go on discussing what a good person should be. Just be one. You're under no obligation to be the same person you were 5 minutes ago. Don't waste time worrying about what others do or don't do. Remind yourself that you're in control of how you react. Time is a sort of river of passing events. It is not the man who has too little, but the man who craves more, that is poor. It is in your power to withdraw yourself whenever you desire. Think of yourself as dead. You have lived your life. Now take what's left and live it properly. You could leave life right now. Let that determine what you do and say and think. Do not act as if you were going to live 10,000 years. Remember, you are just an actor in a play. Whatever happens to you has been waiting to happen since the beginning of time. No man is happy who does not think himself so. Be like the cliff against which the waves continually break, but it stands firm and tames the fury of the water. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Stop whatever you're doing for a moment and ask yourself, am I afraid of death because I won't be able to do this anymore? To love only what happens, what was destined. No greater harmony. Just that you do the right thing. The rest doesn't matter. A wrongdoer is often a man who has left something undone, not always one who has done something. The mind adapts and converts to its own purposes the obstacle to our acting. In a sense, people are our proper occupation. Think of yourself as dead, and you will be freed. How much more grievous are the consequences of anger than the causes of it? If someone is able to show me that what I think or do is not right, I will happily change. The best revenge is not to be like your enemy. To love only what happens, what was destined. No greater harmony. Don't let your reflection on the whole sweep of life crush you. You must become an old man in good time if you wish to be an old man long. Today I escaped anxiety. Or no, I discarded it because it was within me in my own perceptions, not outside. The things you think about determine the quality of your mind. No man can escape his destiny. The next inquiry being how he may best live the time that he has to live. Look within. Within is the fountain of good, and it will ever bubble up, if thou wilt ever dig. It is a shame for the soul to be first to give out in this life, when your body does not give out. Everything that exists is in a manner the seed of that which will be. Nothing happens to anyone that he is not fitted by nature to bear. No man is worth your anger. No man is worth your peace. Give yourself a gift, the present moment. He who follows reason in all things is both tranquil and active at the same time, and also cheerful and collected. No one loses any other life than the one he now lives, nor lives any other than the one he now loses. Be mindful of what you throw away. Be careful of who you push away, and be wise with who you let go. Be content to seem what you really are. Let not your mind run on what you lack as much as on what you have already. You're better off not giving the small things more time than they deserve. To live each day as though it were your last, without frenzy, laziness, or any pretending, that is perfection. Whenever you are about to find fault with someone, ask yourself the following question. What fault of mine most nearly resembles the one I am about to criticize? Kindness is invincible, but only when it's sincere. The object of life is not to be on the side of the majority, but to escape finding oneself in the ranks of the insane. To do harm is to do yourself harm. To do an injustice is to do yourself an injustice. If it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. It is possible to commit no mistakes and still lose. That is not a weakness. That is life. External things are not the problem. It's your assessment of them, which you can erase right now. If it's not right, don't do it. If it's not true, don't say it. Why should we feel anger at the world? As if the world would notice. Live out your life in truth and justice, tolerant of those who are neither true nor just. In a little while you will have forgotten everything. In a little while everything will have forgotten you. Choose not to be harmed, and you won't feel harmed. Don't feel harmed, and you haven't been. Just keep in mind, the more we value things outside our control, the less control we have. Take full account of what excellencies you possess, and in gratitude remember how you would hanker after them if you had them not. Be not careless in deeds, nor confused in words, nor rambling in thought. The opinion of 10,000 men is of no value if none of them know anything about the subject. Don't hanker after what you don't have. Instead, fix your attentions on the finest and best that you have. Suppose that a god announced that you were going to die tomorrow, or the day after. In any case, the day after is no worse than tomorrow, is it? Let the wrongdoer be the only one ashamed. It's time you realize that you have something in you more powerful and miraculous than the things that affect you and make you dance like a puppet. A man's worth is no greater than the worth of his ambitions. Do not suppose you are hurt and your complaint ceases. Cease to complain and you are not hurt. The true man is revealed in difficult times. The goal of life is not to possess power but to radiate wisdom. Misfortune nobly born is good fortune. Withdraw into yourself. It is in the nature of the rational mind to be self-content with acting rightly. To understand the true quality of people, you must look into their minds and examine their pursuits and aversions. Accept the things to which fate binds you, and love the people with whom fate brings you together, but do so with all your heart.